Well, that is indeed quite a mushy, very adorable love story between Norwood and Joyce. If you saw, mostly we would hear stories, I mean, possibly sad stories of a war veteran, but after 70 years of longing and waiting, he got reunited with his lady love through Skype, through technology. I have one such couple here who fell in love possibly between borders or not really borders. Both of you all are Indians, but let me introduce you. We have Major Aditi here, ex-serviceman. That's what I should call you. Thank you, Major Aditi, for joining us. We also have Major Pankaj Adhar joining us. Thank you so much. An ex-serviceman himself. Both of them are married. Fell in love with the Kargil?
No, we were posted at different places.
Okay, you were posted at 2 different places. There were no phones. You still managed to get married and have 2 beautiful daughters who haven't joined us today. But also, I have our very popular guest with us, Wing Commander GB Atri. I'll be very clear with that. Thank you so much, Mr. Atri, for joining us. We also have the adorable Chandni joining us, who's also a poet and extensively writes on love stories, teenage love stories. Thank you all. First of all, what's your take on this adorable love story when they come back after 70 long years, literally go looking for their, love, and that brings them together and through Skype? Major Aditi, go shoot. Does that make you feel nostalgic?
Oh, absolutely, because it surely gets me back to the days when I would actually spend each and every day posted on a hilltop, writing a letter every day, walking to the post office, sending it. And of course, when I was under training, I would write every single day, which was in Chennai, and he would get the letters. Reciprocation, of course, was a miss, but okay. Yeah, I used to.
You did not respond. You did not respond to.
Well, I'm a man of few words, so I didn't say much. I just echoed whatever she said.
Okay, first let me get this clear. How did you all meet each other?
I'd given my SSB, and he was posted. I was still young.
You're still young.
And yes. And we met in a army party, and that's where he set his eyes on me. Okay, now it's vice versa.
He set his eyes on you. Okay.
And that's how it started. That was
and
19 years back.
So, but obviously, you all didn't have mobile phones.
Yes.
You all were not allowed to use them. And
so,
then
yeah.
So how did that work?
He actually found out from a course mate of my sister, my landline number, and that's where I got a call, and that's how it all began, and that was 19 years back, so that's about it.
But you're lucky, you at least had a phone. You had a landline, right?
It was difficult though.
Commander, tell me your take on this.
One thing is very sure,
mushy.
what I see of Norwood and what I hear from Aditi, one thing is very, very, very certain, that whatever is the time passes in this world, love is eternal. Okay, love is it has got no boundaries, no global boundaries, no caste, creed, religion.
Do you have a long lost love?
Yes. I've been married for 33 years now.
Oh, so to the lady,
the lady I loved, yes, there is no doubt about it. That is why we are still together.
Okay.
See, love is not just always expressive and showing it.
How did love happen for you amidst? How does it happen amidst the whole
love
war setup? There's so much negativity. There's so much possibly explosions.
Why do you want to bring negativity and discuss such a lovely, beautiful thing?
That's the point. Our job is to make a contrast. So amidst all of that, you're still falling in love, and that's what's serial,
that's
right?
True. That's how it happens. I'll tell you. It doesn't happen actually. Love is, in my view, is just being. You have to be being in love. You have to be always in love with yourself to love somebody else. Right. Unless you love yourself, you cannot love somebody else. That happens to be a state of affair. You have to be in a state of love being all the while. If you do not experience that within yourself, how can you love somebody else?
But the fact is that most of us, even without being in the war zone, are always filled with negativity. You don't want to move on. Forget moving on. You don't want to commit yourself into something.
No, commitment is different.
How do you all do it?
Love is different too. Norwood did not commit to Joyce.
Yeah.
When he heard Joyce is no more because of a wrong crash information he got, he had not committed to her.
Right.
He married another lady, as in his own words, a good lady who lived with him for 56 years. So for those 56 years, I'm sure Norwood must have loved his wife.
Yeah.
More than anybody else.
I'm sure,
it is by chance he came back to know that Joyce is still there and she's in Australia.
Yeah.
Since it happened to be first love, I don't know, I can't speak
on
behalf of Norwood. It could be infatuation, it could be an attraction in a dry war zone. Mind you, everything is fair in love and war, okay?
So Do you have a long lost love? Let's get candid with you.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. So the
one
lady
who
you
loved,
loved?
she's still with me.
Okay.
We love each other very much.
Oh.
Okay, that is the proof that I'm still energetic and young.
So you
She
fell in
takes
love
care
with
of
her
me.
while you were posted?
Yeah, naturally. I was
Yeah,
in the uniform.
so how did
those
you
days.
manage the whole phone calls or the letters? Or
Letters. There were no phone. My wife didn't have a phone at their house those days.
Okay.
I used to ring up their neighbor. In fact, tell me, first time when I gave a call, I got my father-in-law's name also wrong. Instead of calling him by his name, I called somebody else's name because they knew that I'm in love with this girl and we are going to be engaged and getting married. They exactly knew whom to call. They went and called him at the middle around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the night. I had given a call from Ambala. Those days, you know, it was all, you have to wait, you have to book a trunk call, stand in that, PNT office.
That's exactly
they
what
will
we
call
want to
you.
hear. How
Yes.
amidst all that difficulties,
Yes,
all that hatred, love blossomed. For
Yes,
you all.
yes, it did.
So how
It did.
Tell us. We're the new generation. We want to hear.
Yeah,
Because
God.
we have technology now. When I say I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. That could be perceived in a positive way or a negative way. To my boyfriend or my husband, he might think, "What is that?" You could possibly leave another kiss in the message or another smiley in the
Yeah.
message. So it's very ambiguous now. Then it was so simple.
It was very, very simple because we were very simple people.
Yeah.
Okay, we took love in its right perspective. It was not lust in any case. We did not mix issues there. When we said love, it was pure love from one individual to another individual, as it is to be. Therefore, even before I opened my, those days, my girlfriend, we never called them as girlfriend those days. We just called a fiancée. We had a better word for that those days. When the letter from my fiancée is to come to me, my hands used to tremble even before I opened it. And expectations were so much. Each word I used to read 2 times, 3 times. My wife must be watching right now, I'm sure. She'll be laughing away to glory.
She'll be in love with you all over again.
Yes.
Ma'am, you should listen to every word.
Absolutely. And
So
same as with
letters, exchange of letters. And what if one day you didn't get a letter? Then how would it feel?
Oh, you didn't get a letter? We'll write 2 letters together. Before even I received her reply, maybe it was due to some postal delay or something, because it was accepted between us. Every second day you will write a letter, whether you received one or not. Okay, so that's how it is. So if the letter doesn't arrive, we used to, look with as if that postman is a big villain,
like I hate him.
Why there is no letter for us? Was there something wrong with your postal
department? And if he
department?
got it,
That
you
was the
loved
thing.
him, no?
Absolutely.
His health had to be the best.
Absolutely. He was
All
the
of
best
your
friend
prayers
of us.
would have been with the
Yes.
postman.
In fact, I remember I was doing a computer course in MCTES for some time when she used to write to me. We might have forgotten which classroom we have to go. But I knew what exactly the time that postman has to come to our barracks.
Exactly.
So we used to wait for him with all the expectancy in the world.
How with
That was great.
pen, pencil?
Those days beautiful pads used to come, we used to, onion papers and then cut certain stylish paper which were, made like heart shape and very, very different. Some papers used to be, with fragrance in that, jasmine paper. A lot of things used to happen.
Did you have dried leaves and dry roses?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We used to chipkaw them there and send it,
Chipkaw them.
Yeah, chipkaw and send it. All this was fun. Great fun. They have all been treasured. Believe me, even today, not a single letter of my fiancée and my wife I have lost. They are all very
Fiancé
nicely.
and wife, there are two.
When she was
same
fiancée,
lady, right? Okay.
and now she is wife. So both letters are
So
still
you
with
saved
me.
all of them?
Yes, I've
I
saved
wish
all
you
of
had
them.
brought it to show our viewers today.
No, they cannot be shown in public. You see, they are private treasure. Let the
We won't
feelings be
zoom
a
in, Mr.
private
Atri. We'll
treasure.
show it at a distance how you saved it. But anyway, this makes me believe all the more in the, in love and the whole innocence.
See, what has happened? You asked a question about technology. Today, what has happened? Because of technology, you're complicating the love so much.
Okay.
It should be left as simple, a being feeling between the two most private individuals, then everything will be all right.
But Mr.
The
Atri,
more you bring in technology, the more you bring in so many things. These days, even you can, in SMS and emoticons and things that you want to express your love.
But how do we blame technology? It
No,
bought
don't blame
after
technology.
70 years, it bought Nollywood and Joyce
what I'm saying,
together.
don't blame technology. Use it in case of emergencies. But as far as love is concerned, keep it as natural as possible.
Right.
Leave technology out of it. Don't bring in technology
well, the
for
same
love.
technology got Joyce and Norwood together,
Fine.
but how much really technology hampers your, bond between each other? We'll speak more on that with Chandni. Well, war wala love. Norwood and Joyce meet after 70 long years through Skype, and our couple here. You were saying with you would exchange letters, and then your seniors would bully you just to hand the letter over to you, you had to do push-ups. That's what you said. Explain that situation to us.
So whenever the dark used to come, it used to go to the head clerk, and the adjutant used to collect all the letters, and then it used to be handed over to the respective officer.
Yeah.
And depending on the number of letters, that many number of push-ups you had to do in terms of 100. So
no way.
Yeah, so you end up making a lot of
100
muscles.
push-ups to get a letter from your lady love?
Per letter. So if it's from your parents, then yes, it's with a smile. You can pick it up.
But if it's
it's
your
from
girlfriend,
and they can make it out from the handwriting with the eye having a heart on top and all that stuff. So it's very easy to
identify what's a love letter and what's a... Okay, you were saying, you were relating to Commander Ratri's
I was just
story.
talking about it. If a letter misses, so you would get a call. You didn't write yesterday. What went wrong? So you would have to actually write both the days, 3 days, or whatever if you would have missed. But I don't think I really ever missed a letter. So I know he's got a pile of stocks, and I'd love to go through them one day. Back in the village, it's stocked and piled up there.
Okay.
But coming back to what he said, love is very simple. Keep it very natural, and I think how we get it is maybe I'll blame it on our background. You're very committed to something, and I'll go with some dialogue Shah Rukh Khan said in his Om Shanti Om that अगर किसी चीज़ को दिल से चाहो या मांगो तो सारी कायनात उसे आपसे मिलाने के लिए इकट्ठा हो जाती है. So I think that's what I did for him, and now we are together and blessed.
But how many years were you all in a courtship? Like how many years did
we
you
were
all
together
write letters, not meet each other?
1996
Fights
is when we 96 is when
I
we
think
met.
We were together. We had a courtship for about 7 years.
9 years.
9 years, yeah. So it was 9 years and
9 years.
then 9 years and then
Never forget your anniversaries and dates.
so suddenly she comes up and she says, I think it's time we get married. So I said, who's going to get married to us? So then the rest is history.
So, but why did you come to? I mean, okay. So was it parental pressure to get married, or
No, not at all.
were you
He's
scared
a Jat
you'll lose
from
a handsome
Haryana.
husband?
Oh, absolutely.
Handsome prospect.
Absolutely. He's a Jat from Haryana. I'm a mixed. I'm in national integrity, right? My mother was from Jammu and Kashmir. Dad is from Uttar Pradesh. So I wanted to carry it forward, right?
So so you wanted. Okay, but you were in service at that time.
We were both serving, and,
and never posted together at
we were
any
never
station.
posted
So
together.
that's what I'm saying. So what, other than the letters, what else did you all do to
So,
keep it going, keep the flames going? Because I'll tell you what, honestly speaking, at least in this day and age, Chandni would agree with me, it's out of sight, out of mind. Right?
No,
like
long distance is something that's a
yeah,
myth
like
today.
you
It's
literally trail off.
impossible. Absolutely.
You trail off. You have other distractions. You have other people with you. You
So
just
I've
get
driven
along.
like 80 kilometers in a day every weekend, just to be with his ailing father who was in coma, and that was every weekend after the office hours, and I've left the forces right now.
Yeah.
So quote unquote, and I would tend to his family, and I would also drive back because there was work.
So you would travel 80 kilometers all the way just to get in touch with the family. And
at that time we didn't have cars, yes, and it used to be very, very cold, and of course
how many
very
of
unsafe.
us do it in this day and
I
age?
do
Okay,
that.
Chandni, I'll come to you. Like look at the mushiness and so much love with so much trouble. You don't have technology. They're blaming technology, but imagine that's probably the one way you could have gotten closer.
So,
but without all of that, they blossom. They're in love and they have beautiful children. But now, in spite of being so close, we still are so aversive with each other. Like you want to run away from
Sir
your...
asked me, you still believe in LOVE? And I'm like, not in the literal sense. He's like, there is no literal sense. But sir, this is the literal
I
sense.
believe in
when
LUV.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even the dictionary has to be...
Yeah, it's changed. Now it's
In
LUV.
today's day and age, to think of a love like that, where you have to go that extra mile, you have to do a certain compensation, a certain compromise, it's not going to work out today. Even a certain distance of, say, Bangalore Mysore, which is a 3-hour distance, will not work out in a relationship because it'll be termed as long distance, and it will not happen. And that's why, to listen to a love story like this, a war veteran, so I write extensively about love, and I write poetry.
Yeah.
And I've been very influenced with the veterans from war, like Auden, one of the famous war poets. And when I hear this story, I can actually relate to how that love would have worked out, you know, just in case he hadn't to go elsewhere. If
he was part of the Second World War. He was forced to go to France. And
so had he not gone to France, that love would have bloomed, but it still did, and it beats all odds. Thank you to a certain aspect of technology that's got them to meet today. And yeah, to an extent, they did cross that extra mile, which today no one would do.
I mean, we would say, he moved on in his life, like they couldn't get together, like a Veer Zara story where, you know, India-Pakistan love story, they couldn't get married, they stayed apart. Even this is something similar, they stayed apart, but it isn't a one-night tango sort of story, because he has a photograph for that many years with him, and, you know, he's kept it, you know, by his heart so closely. So that shows his true love for her, that shows her, you know, she's spoken to her son, saying that that's my only wish, to meet Norwood again or to speak to him again. And Norwood thought she died, and that's why he never got in touch. And imagine the coincidence. The moment she said that I want to meet Norwood, the son went looking for Norwood, and he found out that Norwood was doing, you know, he was going bungee jumping at the age of 88. So some local newspaper had carried it, the article. So the son got in touch with a reporter, who got in touch with Norwood, and then they made a Skype call.
So this is the aspect of you're not in love with the aspect of being in love, but you're actually in love. Today we're just in the aspect, we're in love with the aspect of being in love. We're not in love with someone else. So there is a certain level of, like Sir said, infatuation, but with them you know that the love that they had at first, like they say, pehla pyar kabhi bhula nahi jata, ye wahi hai.
But first love, okay, yeah, this is absolutely first love. Yes. And then he went on to he moved on, but even then that, I don't know, okay, what if it's one-sided? Like, what if he kept thinking of her and she didn't? What if she never even tried to get in touch? Then love is not love? Like, now we know.
No, love is absolutely love in that sense, because you still have that towards the other person, but if the other person doesn't carry it, not that you can blame them, you can still be happy for them as to what they're doing in life is keeping you happy. So there is a certain aspect of selflessness in love, and that's what wins.
Commander Ratri.
Yeah, I think what she said, I agree with her. See, love has to be either is one-sided or two-sided. It is not for us to discuss. Yeah. What compulsion Joyce had or Norwood had, it is for them. But today, because of technology, they have got united together. At least they know that they both are living and they were the same very people. Therefore, whatever good times they had spent during the Second World War, even maybe the Normandy, whichever way they were, those feelings cannot be taken away from them. And that is what made them to reunite together. That's a great feeling. See, everything comes down ultimately to feelings. Technology can only aid you to that.
Correct.
That is why I always maintain your natural feelings must be there for the other person in a positive manner.
But now in this day and age, they say
see,
love doesn't happen just once. It can happen many times.
Love still happens. I'll give you my own family's example again.
Okay.
We were posted in Jorhat. My son was going to Carmel's over there. She was in class 10th. He fell in love with a girl there in the good Lord year 2000.
Okay.
Okay. Ultimately, we got him married at 2010.
Okay.
We are from Bangalore. My daughter-in-law is from Jorhat.
Right.
Okay. Now, both of them are in America. He is a multi-millionaire in America.
Okay.
So, this love he carried on from 2000 to 2009 till he told the mother, and through her I came to know later.
Yeah.
See, we didn't object to anything like many other families, you know, even though it was completely two different cultures, two different people, unknown to each other. Okay. And this girl is studied in Miranda, my daughter-in-law. So, an Assamese girl married to a Bangalore South Indian Brahmin family, which if you take Chetan Bhagat's example, his father never accepted it. I'm giving example because it happened in the service. His very book, 2 States, is about he and his wife. So we did accept because we value that love. You see, love has to be valued, because without love, this world will be, you know, unpleasant place to live in. If the world is going wrong, it is because of the beautiful feeling called love. Love could be anything. You know, love should not be combined with lust and sex and other things. No, it's not. Love is pure, simple feeling of being with the other That is very, very
It's
important.
just
Okay,
about-
tell me, where does, where does patriotism really go? When, suppose if you, across borders, you love a girl across the border and you're fighting for your country, what happens then? I mean, I'm asking both of you. But Aditi, you were saying, tell us about, tell us what you feel. Across borders, where, if at all you fall in love with someone, like Veer Zara's story, then what? Where does patriotism go? And even both of them were, she was from, he's from America, she was from England, so it's worlds apart.
I can't even put
So that
myself.
time patriotism doesn't fill your space for
I'll
love.
tell you, there's nothing to mix with patriotism and love. There are many, many IFOs officers whom I know, I don't want to name them, who are married, citizens of Switzerland, citizens of Sweden, English, so many people. So these two are totally different issues.
If it's India,
Yeah.
Pakistan, I'm sure it's never happened.
Nothing will happen. Don't you
No,
see the
has it
example
happened?
of Sania Mirza and that Salim?
No, but
this thing?
that's still different.
So patriotism is not only for a soldier, please. But only thing what we do
No,
in
I'm
military.
asking specifically
in military what
to
we
a
have to
soldier,
do.
yeah.
If I have to marry a foreign national, I have to declare it to the government of India through my hierarchy that I'm going to marry so and so. So maybe they will do some due diligence. If they are, in any way involved in any of the intelligence agency of their country or what is their thing, because a lot of these honey traps and things take on.
Absolutely.
To keep that out
Spies,
of picture, that's all, nothing else. They will not interfere
But
in
they are
individual
okay.
choice of your spouse, let me tell you. Be both the ways, whether it is a woman wanting to marry a gentleman or a gentleman wanting to marry a lady, they will do due diligence with only the interest that the country's safety is taken care of. The system is in place and system is time tested and it's working very well. You know that nothing such incidents has happened in our country where because of the marriage national security was put under risk. No, it doesn't happen.
Aditi?
I don't want to even think about that. I'm sorry, because having brought up in a completely defense background, my dad's from the army, he was a gunner, he's still alive. Siblings, both served in the army, one is still serving, one is married. My in-laws are from the army.
Wow.
My brother-in-law is a naval aviator.
So you can't
I'm
think
married.
cross-borders.
Yeah, so we've been kind of brought in that environment, and so the commitment to the nation, and I no offense meant, but yes, to me personally, and it's been there even in my social life, it's been there even in my organization that I work for, or the organizations that I work for in my civil sector. I think it's been very, very evident, my commitment to the nation, and I still live up to that. So I don't know, for me, I can't even think.
Basically, you wouldn't think of it that way unless you possibly see a beautiful swan walking past the border and you're like,
it won't move.
Where did this come from?
Or a handsome guy moving
Or a
around.
handsome
It
guy.
won't move me.
Yeah, so that's very rare. Okay, so but there is scope for so much love
Yes.
in the army, right?
Oh yes.
Don't
Each
you
one.
ever think army is only meant to wear a fatigue
Sir,
and go and
maybe
fight
you should
in
think
our-
of getting someone from the army.
We
They're
do
a lot
have-
more
we-
committed.
We do have wonderful moments with our
They're
spouses.
taking me back, Nabila, they're taking me back to my poet world, and they're telling me that, perhaps love there is still real, love there is still away from these norms of artificialness, of social media, of technology, and how you can fake things today. They take me back.
No, but tell me, Janni, you write on teenage love.
Yes.
Look at this Norwood. He's held on to his lady love for
Exactly.
70 long years. Would you ever see that commitment in today's generation?
I don't think so, Nabila. Let alone seeing it today. I wouldn't be able to write about it even because I don't know of it. I write about things I've heard, I've experienced. So I cannot even write about a love that will long for 70 years to meet his beloved. I can't think of it. Unless you take me back to around 70 years or 80 years from today, during World War I or World War II, is when you could even think of such a love and, think that things like this would still last or still happen. Because in today's generation, 70 years is too long. 7 days is too much, Nabila. 7 days.
And honestly speaking, it's not like you don't want to get in touch with, suppose if you've had boyfriends, you don't not want to get in touch with your ex-boyfriend. You would, but it's odd. Yeah, it's like
odd.
you rather not
It's
talk,
like,
just put him off.
no,
right?
just-
That's because you've moved on, you've had your, XYZ. But in Norwood's case, he may not have had, possibly that one wife that he had, so he kept that feelings for Joyce
Because
intact.
that was the genuine feeling of, there's this one poet that I really like, Robert Browning. he had said these lines, if I wish I could see with your eyes, set my heart beating by yours, and breathe as one body and soul. So that love was something like that. You know, they lived those moments that they lived together for however brief the time was. It was that connected. It was as though, you know, the love that the heavens and earth display that we cannot see. It's even though the heavens on top, the earth's down, they display a love that we cannot see, and that's the connection they share, which today no one can ever do.
Do you long for someone like that?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Or do you have someone like that?
You see, the beauty is, you know, Nabila, beauty is everyone wants to be loved.
Yeah.
But many would forget that they have to love somebody to get that
Absolutely.
love.
Absolutely.
Today, why you are saying that thing is happening, everyone wants to be loved, but when the moment he or she thinks he is not loving me anymore, they want to move on.
Yeah.
That's very, very dangerous. That is why a commitment is required at that stage.
There's a let go
In a
easy.
very beautiful Kannada song is there, you know, S.P. Balasubramanian. Manasannu aritu, vandagi beretu, nadedaga baadu kavite. Means, if you understand each other and live for each other and feel for each other, then the whole life itself is a poetry.
Yes.
And that is what love can bring out the best in each of them. But
But
today's
Mr.
world, because of technology or whatever, be then, and what Chandni is
Commander,
saying, they're not
normally
committing to each other.
in life,
Yeah.
when you get old, I don't know, I'm just guessing, you know, you lose interest in most things. You know, you have your family, you want to be with them. You don't, I'm just, maybe, you correct me if I'm wrong. So how has he kept himself alive? You know, the love for this lady that he's kept alive and burning, that he's going all the way from America to Australia without
First
having
thing
funds.
is,
He didn't have money. He raised public funds and got it. And he's 93.
You said it, na?
He's
88
93.
he did bungee jumping,
Yeah.
right? That means he loves himself. Only when you love yourself, you can love the other person. If you don't have love for yourself, he would have been a recluse in America by this time, you know. If he had not loved him, he would have forgotten everybody. His wife is also
normally
died.
that's how
He would have
old
just
age, you
forgotten
just,
and
you
finished.
know.
Why we are discussing Narwood is because of this great quality.
Yeah.
That he loves himself, he loves Joyce too.
Okay, so
he had
Joyce
a
in
fulfilling,
88?
in his own words, he had a very fulfilling life with his wife for 56 years,
Yeah.
rightly said
Yeah.
so. Therefore, he didn't have any time to reminisce or even to think about Joyce at that time. Because he is fully giving his love to that woman with whom he spent his time as his wife. Right? Now she is gone. Now is the time. Suddenly when somebody is inquiring about him, all his old thoughts must have been, you know, raked up. So he is
well,
getting
let's
that
talk about
nostalgic
Joyce then.
feeling.
Let's talk about 88-year-old Joyce. I mean,
Yeah. She also must have gone through the
she
same. I don't
also
know whether
must
her
have been,
husband is
you
there
know,
or not. You
little-
have not mentioned that in your story.
her husband's, I'm not too sure. I
Not
shouldn't
so
comment.
nobody is
Yeah.
sure, so let us not talk about
Yeah.
it. So now, even if they meet together, if her husband is with her, the family is there, she would treat him with all the dignity because she had that love once for him.
Yeah.
But they will not cross limits. Okay? Definitely they will not cross limits.
You think
this
they-
love
they
is not
real-
of
they-
lust. This
they're-
love is not for sex.
Yeah,
you
of
have
course.
to understand this.
But
Only
they are-
such love will blossom for long and continue for long. Today's youngsters are probably falling prey for lust and sex. That is why they lose interest further. There is no commitment. They leave away and go away.
Chandni,
You have to say
literally
this, right? That is
rolling
probably
on
why
your
you are,
chair. Can
it's
I
like
know
the
why?
old bee in Hindi picture they used to show now, from one flower to another. That should not happen. That will, you know, tarnish the whole image of what we call as love for each other,
But
of being in love.
I don't, I don't see any point in actually blaming the technology at all. I think it's about love, whether you're trying to express it through the writings that the lady writes, or even if you're saying so-called emoticons, it's fine. It's perfectly all right as long as you're able to. I write in a sense. I do like to write, but it's not that as good as the lady writes. But I think there's nothing wrong. Technology has taken a step further to help people who are, that's how what we are talking about, they got connected through Skype. So which is fine.
But is it really the technology to blame, or I think more so the person? I think it's the
Person is the
person.
person.
It's
the
the
individual.
person. Yeah, you
So
can't blame.
you can't-
It's person to person because Norwood or Joyce had that commitment, but
They have
not
the
all
commitment.
people are equally
Absolutely.
committed to what they do.
It is just individual feeling. That's very, very important.
One example, I mean, when you're talking about letters, and so our days back when Operagram had broken out, and I was in the East India and he was in the Western border, how would you connect to a person where you don't even have your landline?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's again the same thing, the commitment. I don't know, I think God's grace, I kind of found, I don't know where all, somewhere in Rajasthan, and then went to the call landed on some PCO. You have people talking in that language that you don't understand, and then somewhere the message goes to Major Saab, and that's where you kind of get connected again. I mean, this is how it is. If, as he's rightly said, it's about the commitment. It's about
so even if you
true
lose
love.
hope, I think the love keeps it alive because you really want it.
Even if not commitment, it's the assurance, it's the trust, and it's the faith that, you know, no matter what, this is just a passing phase in life. It will somewhere, at some point, we will meet again. Even I'm sure, even if he felt that Joyce was dead, he would have somewhere in himself thought that I will unite with her again, and they would.
He apparently thought she died, and that's why he kept her picture with him all along.
Absolutely. He does keep one picture of mine. So
are you sure?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I do keep it, and I see it every day. And I say, you know, when I can face her, I can face the world.
So that's why, see, now we got the secret out of his thing. When he can face her, he will see his wife's photograph every day. So I'm seeing you, I'll face the world now. And that's what it is.
So you're a handful.
She's his strength and weakness, perhaps.
Wow.
Strength, full strength.
When it comes to love, I mean, this is a happy story, and it's going to end, hopefully, inshallah.
The meeting on Valentine's Day.
That's so beautiful.
Oh, good, great.
But I think the very fact that a person is in love, he feels happy, irrespective of he or she also is in love with that person. So it is unconditional, and it can be one way also. It's just that you go on a high thinking about that person, a drink in hand, you know, and you think about your love. It's beautiful.
So your love takes up all the space. You really don't need 2, 3 women.
No.
One
man.
Absolutely. It's a degree of happiness even if you share few moments together, and they are the reason for you to get married and, you know, continue your life together.
We were posted in a place, you know, which is very, very close to Pakistan border, just 100 kilometers. So horrible places, no electricity, nothing. We used to sit in the bar, have a drink. Famous Mohammad Rafi's Gana aata tha, yaad. Kehte, dekho, हाथ में है जाम में तेरी तस्वीर, पी लूं तो तेरी तस्वीर निकल जाएगी, ना पीऊं तो मुझे नशा नहीं चढ़ेगा, तो करूं क्या मैं, तुम ही बताओ, करके फिर भी चलो आज के लिए पी लेता हूं.
फिर भी आज
that is how things used to work out, you know, in the old.
So you think holding on to this
a very horrible place,
you know, idea or reality of love is in a way, you know, keeping yourself alive with hope that. That's holding on.
It's giving you a second life. If not keeping you alive, it's giving you a second life.
Or a reason to live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A beautiful reason to live.
A beautiful reason. You're so lucky.
That's it.
I wish
keep telling her
that
that.
would
We
also
wish,
find
Nabila,
someone
we
like
wish.
that. After 70 long years, Norwood and Joyce come together with the help of technology. They spoke to each other through Skype, and they will be meeting on Valentine's Day. Now, speaking about when there wasn't technology, they fell in love. Now there is technology, they've come closer. But, you know, today's day and age, what sort of example do we take from Norwood's love story, and you know, what things not to do with the help of technology, as in what was the plus and minuses of technology? At the end of it brings you closer.
Absolutely, it does. See, that's what, like Sir said, use technology, but use it in a sensible manner, and use it in a way that you can keep your love natural, your love real. It shouldn't seem artificial. Today, the only mistake we're doing with technology, or the reason we could blame technology, is because we let our love become so artificial, so mushy, so, you know, it's...
Or do you think it brings us so close that you have, you know, you're
no
spoiled for
space.
choice.
Yeah.
You're spoiled for choice. You have accessibility to possibly every beautiful
Everything,
girl,
and
every handsome boy.
True.
There's Tinder, there's 100 dating sites that you just say yes, no. It's like a tick or a cross.
You're treating it very lightly.
You're scanning, grading.
I think
you know,
it's also leading to a lot of communication gap. Earlier, people would sit, talk, spend lovely evenings.
Right.
Even a cup of tea with some biscuits would really do the trick. But now it's about, hello, how are you, where are you, and all that stuff is happening, and I miss you and I love you. So these, even between couples, right? And of course, we also end up doing the same.
Yeah.
So I personally feel that the communication gap should never be there.
Yeah, I think our cell phones take over communication.
Today what has happened is, if you see a picture in a small little restaurant, it's made the technology so great. It has made people far away closer to you.
Yeah.
But the people who are closer to you have made them far away. You are, half the time worried, what's my WhatsApp messages, what's this. But you are not worried about talking to the people who are nearer to you.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'll give one example.
I'm sitting in my house and I don't talk to my mother because I'm on my phone.
It's like technology is like the knife. If it is in a surgeon's hand, it's used to operate and give life to somebody. But if it is with a murderer, he will use it for whatever purpose, what it is. Technology is like that. We must use technology very wisely for the upliftment and betterment of people and the surrounding life around us, rather than becoming a slave to technology and spending hours of time behind technology and not finding any motivation to live.
The word love today is used very lightly. Like you look at anybody, you meet them 2 times, oh my god, I love him, oh my god, I love her.
I thought meeting you're planning babies.
Do you know what that carries with it? No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's very,
I
very
think love
easily.
is a position of a lot of responsibility. I think it's very important that we understand that it brings along a lot of integrity. It's about being honest to yourself, if not to the other person. When you die, I think that's the time you should be able to face the mirror and say that you did nothing wrong, right? And you were absolutely head over heels with someone. And I can say that. So, and we have 2 beautiful daughters. And when we see them, that's something that surely keeps us together. And
what's that word of advice you'd give your daughters? I mean, when it comes to love, as they grow, you have to tell them something. You need to guide them somewhere.
They're too young.
No,
for that
eventually,
right
I'm saying. I'm sure you have something that you'd want to impart on them. Looking at the present generations,
I only have one thing that I always tell them that Mama's around, your parents are around. I should be the first person when you go out, and we aren't very conservative people, right? We're forward thinking for sure, and of course we've been in love and then got married, but of course there are certain moral values we don't need to really forget.
But meeting each other, spending time would really bring you closer, would make you bond with each other. But most often our parents wouldn't allow the boy and girl to meet. So then what happens? The phones are your best friend. You're always on the phone,
you're in the corner.
texting, calling, that's all the time. So that really enhances that. And people have dated each other over phone calls and phones for like years
over
together.
Video chats.
And then get video chats. And after a few years, they're married. So they're happy.
It's all about trusting that
person.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and as I said, they're too young right now. They're barely 10 and 7. So, they don't even understand that bit. But I'm there, I'm here, and we are here.
So you say telling you is your priority. You need to be informed.
The trick, the mantra that I follow with my daughters is a hug. I always hug them. They fight. Please sort it out between yourself. I'm just there. Let's
Commander, your wife and you, your relation, does technology, now that you got married or met her while you were posted, while you were in service, and now do you like text each other, or is it still
not
post-its
at all.
in the house?
No, we use technology today. We keep spending something on the WhatsApp or the emails.
Must be a relief for you, right?
But most important thing is feeling for each other. We have to feel for each other. Our both children are married, both are well settled in America. We are married for now 33 years plus. We still hug each other in the morning when she goes to work. We have a ceremony, a chota ceremony.
Sweet.
I have a good day, I enjoy. She's a principal of a school. Okay. We have to do that. See, we may not be so exhibitive like today, PDAs and things have come up. These are all actually weapons to kill the love. These are all, weapons of mass destruction to kill love. They are not only promoting any love, these PDAs, etc.
I think what is happening now is we don't leave anything to look forward to.
There's not
we finish everything right now, here. So there's nothing to look forward to.
There's no patience. And there is nothing to keep you, to let you be clung on to something. There's nothing to keep you holding.
Yes. Yeah, no hope.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And listening to their stories, I still die of hope, saying, all the love is going to remain in the poetry, in the whims, in the fancies, and not going to come true.
But a lot of girls are still looking for that pure love.
But Nabila, let me tell you one thing.
We write it.
Let me tell the young generation, don't get despair. It is not like that. Those who have been spoiled by the technology is very, very low percentage. There are a good number of people who are using technology in a very wise manner to extend their love and to enhance their love.
So Nabila, he's
idea is
advising us.
our love
still young,
has
sir.
to be a being.
Still
Yeah.
young.
Please do that. Okay, for them also this advice. But I'm very happy for
I
happy
know
for
they're like
Alawat
a proper
family.
case study that we
Great.
have today of blooming within the war
Mind you,
zones.
this is a total Fauji family, okay?
Yeah.
He's a total, both are Fauji kids, both
Very
were
proud of
Faujis, both are today Faujis now, and they have 2 kids
But
also,
tell me
which will
one
be
thing, I'm sure
Fauji.
both of y'all would have seen, as many beautiful women and as many handsome men in the
You come
army.
to the point now, correct,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. Still we clung on to
you're
our
clung
love,
on
right?
to each other for 7-8 years.
That is the
No.
beauty of love.
Yeah.
What,
That
10
is
years,
the
we
beauty
completed
of
10
love.
years of marriage and 9 years of courtship, so yeah, 19 years.
So, okay, marriage is, okay, after marriage it's fine, you have to put up with each other.
Oh yes.
I'm joking. But I'm saying before that, you don't have any, commitment, I mean, you don't have marriage to fall back on.
Bind you.
You can, bind you, you can do what you want. So,
Yeah.
never got distracted or carried away by another
Why
beautiful
not?
lady?
Of course, why not? Come on. I was young.
I'm
Controversy is
asking.
fine,
No, I'm
but I'll tell
asking.
you one more thing.
Did you ever get jealous?
Yeah.
And then you can't talk to each other because you're in different
I'm
places?
always jealous.
You're always jealous?
Come
Jealousy,
on, I got
thy
noodles
name
of
is
weight
woman.
around and he's still
Nabila,
made
jealousy,
on-
thy name is woman. It's okay.
I don't agree. I think men
You may
are
not
more like
agree.
girls now.
No, we are not
Half
jealous.
the men get jealous. Sorry, sir. Most men are jealous.
Okay,
I'm telling
okay.
you.
Possessive.
We are also
Men are
jealous.
jealous.
Fine.
They're possessive. I can go on.
No,
Major
that's
Pankaj, I asked you, did you ever get distracted? Did you ever, think, okay, maybe today I won't write a letter. She'll get the point. I'm not going to, so then I can move on to writing letters to this girl,
No,
to another girl.
I'm blind in love. I just see her.
Yeah.
I don't
He
see
sees
anything
me in
there.
every
Nice,
woman.
huh? He sees, you see her
In every woman.
Do I look like
Right.
Major Pankaj?
Yeah. He makes sure he see the photograph every morning. So no question of seeing anybody
I have to
else.
pinch myself. Oh, that's not her.
You're being very diplomatic. I'll ask Major Aditi. Did you ever? I'm sure you would have seen that many handsome men in the
I
army.
didn't
They're
see
so
anyone
handsome.
as handsome as Pankaj. So I have to be
You're just
very,
being
very
nice.
No, I'm not being nice. I even tell my friends, my best friends, and I'm hopeful that they're watching
So
right now. But
lucky
then,
you got the best. But what about your friends?
yeah, I know. I'm sorry, ladies.
Okay, but we're going to wrap in 1 minute. I want to know the sentiments of all of you with Norwood and Joyce's story. One small word to our audience.
Very inspiring. And I don't know if I'll live that long, but very inspiring. I already have my love in my life, and I pray to God that this stays on, and every day is a new day, and it brings more love within our family and our relationship. So thank you so much for being here, and actually thank you for inviting us. And
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to really talk about love, like how it's still so beautiful, pure, and
You
exists
see,
in
Nabila,
so many
the
ways.
atmosphere here is a lot, more energetic, and you can see how love's changed it for us, especially because we're still
I'm
waiting
still-
for our
I'm still
Prince
looking
Charming.
for that
We're still
Prince
waiting
Charming.
for our Prince Charming. Joyce has got hers now, so yeah, let love bloom.
Thanks to Norwood and Joyce, they have brought joy in everybody's life. I hope so.
Oh,
Love is eternal.
absolutely.
Love will remain eternal. And this message of love is what
Message
has
of
kept
love to the oldies who are like
Yeah.
craving. Oh, you know what? They had that cultural taboo that you can't. Now I'm already 80. How can I go get married? How can I have a girlfriend at
Why
this
do you
age?
mix love and marriage always?
No, I'm just
It's
saying.
Not necessarily.
Okay, leave
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah,
I'm
leave
talking
marriage
about.
out of
See,
it.
marriage
Yeah.
is still legit. I'm sorry to say,
Yeah.
in our country, when you're a
Correct.
girlfriend and boyfriend, it's still a taboo. At
Yeah.
least marriage makes it more legal.
True, dating
So
taboos.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
at 80 and you have a long lost love to, a small word for them.
That we will see when we become
No,
92
I want you
and
to
we'll meet
tell all
somebody
those
80.
beautiful old people who are watching us, if you have a love interest, what to do?
Go for it.
No,
Go
don't,
for it?
no, don't go for it now if your wife is around.
Oh,
okay?
God.
I vis-a-vis.
Okay.
Okay, we are not yet that kind of a society.
Okay, fine,
Let
if they
that be
don't
there.
have- if
You
they don't
show
have
your
the-
love. I call them home. Say we knew each other. We have a good time with the whole families.
Okay.
Meet each other and spend some more good time with everybody. That's the message. You can't
Let
go
the
beyond
love
that.
flow.
Yeah,
I
that's-
almost got fired by him. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you,
for
Nabila.
such a
So
lovely
nice
talk.
of you.
Thank you
Let,
so much.
let love prevail in this
Let
world.
love prevail. Let us get our love.
Yes.
Thank you so much. There you go. Norwood and Joyce's love story. Indeed, very inspiring to all of us. So is Major Aditi and Major Pankaj, as well as Wing Commander Ratri's love story. Chandni says, use technology, but don't overdo it. Use it wisely. Thank you so much for joining. Stay tuned for more news and updates on the other side.